Long ago, in the heart of a Caribbean plantation, there was a slave named Baku. Strong, silent, full of rage. He was a man who had been stolen from his land, his freedom ripped away, his soul caged like an animal. But Baku was no ordinary man, a slave with the soul of a warrior, the eyes of the ancestors, and the fire of the old world still burning in his chest. The white masters feared him. They feared his strength. They feared his silence. But most of all, they feared his knowledge of the old ways. They say he was touched by the spirits, that his ancestors whispered to him in the wind, that the shadows obeyed his will. They say Baku could speak to the spirits, that his hands could call the winds, and his whispers could wake the dead. And that was why the master feared him. One night, under the glow of a blood-red moon, the master's daughter, Isadora, was found in the cane fields, her throat slit, her white nightgown stained red, and beside her, standing still as a statue, was Baku. They dragged him into the great house, bound him in chains, and sentenced him to a fate worse than death. No grave for a killer, the master spat. The plantation erupted in chaos. The slaves screamed as they watched Baku bound in chains, dragged through the dirt toward the tree. They buried him under the roots of the great silk cotton tree, where the spirits stir and curses never die. For 7 nights, the land was silent. Then, on the 8th night, the slaves heard it. The great house doors swung open by themselves. The air turned heavy, thick, like something unseen was watching. And in the dead of night, the master woke to a whisper in his ear. "Me still there, I am still here." The master's screams tore through the night. By morning, his body was found twisted, his mouth frozen in terror, his bones snapped like dry twigs. No one saw who did it, but outside his window, pressed deep into the dirt, were footprints. Footprints leading back to the silk cotton tree. The slaves knew the truth. Baku had not died. His body lay beneath the roots, but his soul was free, and he was not done. To this day, no one dares to walk near that tree after dark. For if you listen closely, if you hear the sound of chains rattling, of footsteps in the soil where no man walks, it means